No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, so something definitely needs to be said after Black Clover chapter 321 regarding what's going down, in particular with Asta'S, Sekke, the god himself, and just in general, the continuous beatdown, smackdown that is being provided thanks to the hands of the notoriously, I guess you would say epic one at this particular point, right? Is it fair to call him epic? Lucifero, the main villain of Black Clover right now. I ain't gonna lie, I will say throughout the entirety of this entire arc so far, I'm talking about from the very beginning of the Devil's arc till now, this has got to be easily, which makes it even grander and more grandiose in general as a whole conflict of the arc. This probably feels like the most hopeless situation. Like, we've had some hopeless situations where it's like, yo, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get out of this one? Oh my god, you know, the Dark Triad are really handing some ass whippings out. Oh wow, Noelle was left for dead after what Vonica did. Like, there's been some situations that it's like, yo, this is crazy. This one right here, though, because of the level that Lucifero has been shown to be put at, it definitely speaks volumes as to, okay, no, this is something that, this is where it should be. This is where the story should be at this particular point, considering we're seemingly at, for the most part, what seems to be like the climax. The only other person that could really upstage the epicness of Lucifero is, well, I guess two people. One, Lucifero himself, if he goes into his final form, so to speak, or his completed form, because ultimately right now Lucifero is still technically incomplete. So if we get completed Lucifero, obviously he's going to make Lucifero the way he is right now kind of look like chump change and whatnot. But then ultimately as well, the final Zograta sibling could technically, I guess, upstage him, assuming he's not used for a future arc down the road or whatnot. Ultimately, that's the only other person that could upstage him. But nevertheless, if we're this deep in the game and it feels this hopeless, one, Tabata's gonna have an issue, and that's something that needs to be said as well. Tabata's gonna have an issue as to, well, how do I put this dude down? Because let's just take it into account for a second, the fact that already since the last couple chapters leading into this chapter, Lucifero has put all of the captains down on their behind. So you got strike one, all of the captains have been getting murked one after another. They're continuously getting up, a la what happened again in this chapter, and we gotta talk about that as well. There's just so much to say regarding Mereoleona, but nevertheless, he is on another plateau of strength that makes him overpowered. And again, how does Tabata put somebody down like that that is so astronomically strong? Like, we got Yuno on the field in this chapter. He, you know, landed in the last chapter, and he's been somewhat trying to throw hands with Lucifero, but even in unison with Mereoleona, I'm still looking at it like, what are you gonna do? Even Yuno was saying within this chapter, in the confines of the chapter, that, oh snap, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know how I can get this done. And ultimately, even Yuno was saying, yo, I can't do damage to him. He's pretty much impervious to everything that I'm throwing at him. So Yuno, which technically, I mean, if the captains are getting their asses whipped, how much better should Yuno fare, unless you're trying to say that Yuno has already immensely surpassed the captains? Like, you could throw the argument that Asta'S would do better against him because he has the anti-magic ability, but Yuno, it would be basically saying like, yo, that star magic just shits on everything and shits on Fuegoleon. It makes Nozel look like Boo Boo the clown, you know what I'm saying? Boo Boo the fool, or something like that. So you gotta ask, okay, well then, if all of this is being thrown at him and he's still, then how do you take him down? This is the problem that Tabata has written himself by making a really epically strong villain. And it's a good problem for the most part, in my opinion, just because, like, okay, you've made him epic. All you gotta do is find that solution. You find that solution that makes sense, that isn't just like, yo, dog, I got friends. You know what time it is, right? You know what time it is. You know what time it is. I got friends. I'm gonna have the power of friendship. We don't want to go down that route. We leave that alone for series that shall not be named. And in all honesty, if we really wanted to solve things, Tabata could do it really easy. You know how, like, One Punch Man has people like Saitama that could just come through and wrap it all up? We got Sekke the God. So no. And I loved how this chapter, even though it also gives me other context clues to certain events regarding the, you know, finality of the series at some given point I gotta finish, right? Where we're getting Sekke throughout this kind of chapter, reminiscing yet again of, damn, why didn't I do what Asta'S did? Why didn't I level up like Asta'S? Why didn't I try? And he's, throughout the chapter, as Asta'S is basically wounded and beaten and battered, he's questioning himself. He's looking like, damn, this peasant really did come a long way. And it kind of reminds me and makes me again question, like, could we possibly be inching towards the finale? And I know people hate when I say this, but just hear me out with this one in particular, why it makes me feel, at the very least, if it's not the finale of the entire series, definitely the finale of the arc, which I think that's pretty safe to say that, yo, the arc isn't going to be another 2 years or something like that, because we just had in the last couple chapters, a lot of the captains are continuously just saying how the MC, the main character, Asta, has changed them for the better. Nozel talking about how he showed him the way of, like, you can overcome people that are even stronger than you. Then in this one, yet again, we got Sekke towards the end of the chapter even saying, why didn't I try harder to be stronger? Why didn't I do that? So it's self-reflecting for each character and the impact that Asta has had on them to get to the point where they're at right now. And something major that needs to be said yet again, because throughout all the chaos after Lucifero has given dirt nap after dirt nap attempt on all the captains, Mereoleona once again jumping in the fray with Yuno, which I am fully on board with the idea that if it wasn't for Mereoleona double teaming with Yuno against Lucifero in this chapter, it probably wouldn't have been that much of a struggle. It probably would have been, oh, Yuno, you're here, you're gonna save... Oh, Yuno's down as well. Like, that's probably what would have happened if it wasn't for the beast known as Mereoleona coming through and saying, we're gonna change this right now, dog. Also within the chapter, we got Mimosa on the scene, essentially rewriting reality, trying, and it's kind of hilarious, that whole, we could rewrite reality line or whatnot, and here, she wasn't rewriting shit. Lucifero, even his magic makes it impervious for Mimosa to do anything of a sort, because as hard as she's trying to heal Asta, even Mimosa's healing isn't working. Asta'S still absolutely battered, bruised. She even says at one given point, oh, the spell is broken. Like, she couldn't heal him and he's just getting up. And even with all of the ass whipping that he's obtained from Lucifero and everything beforehand, he's still trying. He's still moving. He's still on that. My magic is not giving up. And he did say, if I'm not mistaken, just wait a little longer, which leads me to believe that he's probably waiting for the Devil Union with him and Lieb. I don't know if the Devil Union is going to heal him up in a sense, and maybe when the timer goes, because that's probably what he's waiting for, the timer to move so he could go back into the Devil Union. Again, maybe Devil Union will put him back together and he won't be in the state that he's in, because it was tragic, and Tabata made sure to show it with the art of, oh snap, Asta'S really, he's taken a massive beating. The art looked and really showcased and demonstrated that, yeah, this has not been a walk in the park for anybody, especially though Asta. And of course with the chapter ending, Asta walking and saying, I'm on my way. Dog, what are you really gonna do unless you break out another power up of some sorts, another evolution, so to speak, of the Devil Union? Because you're on your way, that's fine. If you at full capacity couldn't do nothing, what are you planning to do now? When look at you right now, bro, you bloody and battered, and I gotta salute and respect that you're attempting despite everything. Like, Yuno's on the scene fighting Mereoleona. Any minute now, they're probably both gonna get knocked out yet again, especially Mereoleona. Like, how much can she go? Even though it's kind of hinting towards that she's getting stronger as this is happening or whatnot. She's almost like a damn Saiyan. Just epicness all around for Mereoleona. But what is Asta really gonna do? Honestly, it needs to be said that right now Tabata has created a very good issue in terms of Lucifero just seems so hopeless right now. I always go back to, and I think back of hopeless times. Again, it was always go back to the 4th grade Shinobi War, Madara, go to towards the end of Bleach before it went into the, Fullbring arc or whatnot with Aizen. It felt hopeless with Aizen. This is what it feels right now. It feels hopeless with Lucifero. Yuno being on the scene is like, great. Can you do anything when all the captains, including Real, giving them a boost, couldn't do shit? And yeah, just seeing Mr. Baha Sekke himself kind of quaking in his boots and really saying, God damn, I wish I would have done something with myself, really just made this whole situation feel dark, grim, and I'm very excited. And I gotta ask you guys, big question right now. How are they going to do anything towards him? What is Asta planning? Is it going to be that the Devil Union, when it goes again, maybe he has a plan of evolving even further? Or your thoughts on that? And your overall thoughts and expectations for where things is going to go with Black Clover chapter 322. Yo, this was yet again another grim one, and I'm all here for it, man. This is how it's supposed to feel at this part of the game, this deep into this arc, 2 years in. Yes, I want to feel this one, and they're accomplishing and bringing us what we deserve. Let's go, baby. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and I'm on my way. I just don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, because that ass whipping been prime time, baby. Prime time. Let's go. You